Welcome to the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. I'm Buddy Pulley.
And I'm Seth Dolby.
What's up? Just get right into it.
Yeah.
Fuck this race. Fuck this track.
Yeah, this track sucks. Like, really hard.
Yeah. I thought this was significantly better than last year.
Yes. That was not a high bar. But
no, it was not.
Yeah.
That was, like we said, that was the worst race of our generation. And this wasn't that. So.
But God bless. Could we not keep some wheels on these cars for a while?
I mean, yeah. I think that was sheer coincidence, really.
Yeah. But it was funny that it happened right after each other.
Yeah. And we haven't seen that in anyway, we haven't seen that since like the Daytona 500. That's the last time we saw two of them come off.
Yeah.
And that was the 500 last year.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone like anytime it happens now, which is a lot less than it used to, but everyone kind of freaks out. And it's like we don't see this that often, except from the 45 team.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Like people were like, oh, see, this is damn woke NASCAR going to one lug nut. Like,
if we wanted to try and go back to the old tires and wheels, I'd be fine with it because I think it'd make the racing better a little bit. But
yeah, literally though, that was a tweet I saw.
I'm so not shocked.
Holy shit, man! All that for a William Byron win.
Yeah, same guy backs into every fucking win every time.
Yeah,
I think
we praise him for it.
Oh yeah, we never no one brings that shit up except us and a handful of other people. But it's like if Alex Bowman won 6 races this year that way, it's all we would talk about.
Yeah, if he won if you just literally switch the driver out, don't change anything that happened in the race, it is an uproar about how he is a hack and how he's terrible and how he doesn't deserve that ride. All the things we're saying about him right now. Just he would have 6 wins and not 0.
Yeah. So I don't understand why William Byron gets a pass on this.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's because he's the second coming of Ricky Hendrick.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh no, his hat's stupid. I'm sick of seeing it.
I don't care about the hat.
I'm so sick of the hat. He's got Rick wearing the hat now. Like, come on.
I think there's a picture of Jeff Gordon wearing the hat. So.
Oh no. Fuck. Next thing you know, Seth's gonna be wearing the hat.
No.
I could probably get Seth in a big hat.
No.
If someone wants to send us a big hat,
I will not wear it.
Seth will wear it. 100%.
I will not.
I definitely won't.
I will wear a cowboy hat.
I'd rather chop my balls off and die than wear that hat.
I remember you sent me the store link when they put them up for all the Hendrick drivers, and I was just yeah, no, I'm good. I don't know why you even sent me.
Cool story, bruh.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see? Yeah, you saw it. That shirt I sent you with the tie-dyed bald eagle rainbow warrior shirt.
God,
that is the worst, dude. Please, someone out there explain to me why only Hendrick fans want these things. They are bad. They're so bad looking.
Which is weird.
Seth will do some editing magic and put it up on the screen.
If I remember.
So you guys could see.
Let me get my timestamp here.
Yeah.
4 minutes, 11 seconds. Okay, cool. So now you've seen it and you've seen how the magic works. It's not very magical.
No, it's not. And we're talking about t-shirts instead of a race because it's Texas. Fuck Texas. I've subtly placed this North Wilkesboro logo right in the shot for everyone to see. Yeah, very subtly.
Here's the thing about Texas. If I ever have to watch another Texas race, it'll be too soon. And I would love for that not to happen again. So yeah, there's that.
I put a TikTok up and I thought I made some really great suggestions. We could turn it into an Amazon warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I would instead of overnight, I would like my things within an hour. So we can go ahead and build another one. And, we expedite. I can get
Technically, I
my
think you can because Amazon has their pickup option now.
yeah, but that's not everything, and I want everything.
That's true.
Yeah. And then like I thought a field for like free range gazelles, that would be a good one. I don't know if gazelles are indigenous to Texas.
I do not believe they are.
I don't think they are either, but we could get some.
Might as well.
Yeah. Or we could turn it in.
Texas is currently lacking in free ranging gazelles, and we need
Yeah.
to change that.
Yeah, exactly. They have racing. There's Coda right down the road. Why do we need
down
this?
the road?
Yeah. And then like a Bucky's. And
Yes.
someone was a smartass was like, there's one right down the street. I don't care.
Bigger Bucky's.
Yeah, bigger Bucky's. Everything's bigger in Texas.
It's like that scene in Idiocracy.
And how would you know it's a bigger Bucky's if there wasn't another Bucky's to show you how much bigger it is?
We need a Bucky's so big that it's like that Costco in Idiocracy.
I've never seen any.
You've never seen Idiocracy? Okay, yeah. Anyway, this fucking Costco is like the size of a state in this movie.
Wow.
And you need to see Idiocracy. It is hysterical. So anyway.
I didn't know Idiocracy wasn't a word until like recently.
I mean, it feels like it should be.
It feels like it should be. But I was talking to this really smart guy at work. He was talking about like, fucking QAnon shit because he's an idiot. But he's like really
smart,
like,
or is he an idiot?
He's an idiot, but he's really he's very intellectual, and he's a very like deep thinker, but also not. It's real weird.
I get that.
And he uses the word idiocracy a lot, and I'm like, for someone who's as articulate as you are, and who is able to, put thoughts together very well, that's not a word. What's up with this Kane shit? Why are you decked out in Kane stuff today?
My Panthers cannot get me a win, so I'm already reverting to hockey season mode.
Okay. All right.
I want to wear Panther gear, but quite frankly, when they're getting just destroyed every week, it's not. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I'm wearing.
But I'm going next week, so
that's good. Yeah, I think I literally just got a text that popped across my computer screen that said, "Hey, you should come with us to the Hurricanes game next week."
Oh yeah, preseason hockey's next week. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm wearing a Hunt Brothers Pizza shirt that was graciously sent to me by Hunt Brothers Pizza themselves. Shout out to them. They're like the best sponsor in NASCAR. I'm sorry for everything I've said about you. And it's nothing personal against Hunt Brothers Pizza. It's just every time Kevin drives a car, he does bad or something bad happens. And then today, like, he had a normal day. He finished sixth, so that's cool. Shout out to Hunt Brothers Pizza. You guys are the best sponsor in the sport, and please don't leave.
Maybe they'll stick around.
I'm sure they will.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Josh Berry.
Yes. Please sponsor Josh Berry. Don't sponsor Ryan Preece. Like, don't do that. Dude, he's driving a Wonder Bread car.
He is.
Did you see my text earlier?
Yes. And it was a Reddit post. So.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
I said it first. It was real funny. I'm not gonna. I will tell you. It was Ryan Preece doing what he did at Daytona, flipping, and then Ricky Bobby doing the exact same thing, and just the handshake meme.
That's not good.
No, it's not good. Just like this race.
Exactly.
It all ties back in.
It's like poetry. They rhyme.
Yeah. Honestly, like, what was the difference to you from last year to this year? This race.
It seemed like the track was a little wider. Marginally, but a little wider. And obviously we didn't grenade tires all the time.
Yeah, that was refreshing.
Yeah, it was quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely seemed wider to me. Fast guys could move, like Kyle and Denny. And that was honestly somewhat entertaining. But yeah, I mean, it's still like visually the track looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we talk about that? Like, everybody talks about how bad the racing is. I guess we don't have to do that, even though we probably will. but the track just visually looks terrible. Like it looks like a highway in Indiana. Like it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Like if I watch a race that's if somehow they ruined Charlotte in a way where it was just one groove around the bottom and everyone was just driving, I could still enjoy that to an extent because Charlotte is visually appealing. And not even just like the way you put it, but in the I don't know, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like when just driving around there's any stakes at Texas. Everything looks so planted, everything looks so secure because I mean the fucking turns are so damn wide. I mean they're basically super speedway turns, just about. At least 3 and 4 is. 1 and 2 is just so visually boring. I don't know. It's I probably would have fallen asleep if I was not also simultaneously watching football.
Yeah, no one's there.
Yeah,
no one's there, and it's like it. Texas looks huge, and that doesn't help their problem.
Yeah,
it's just bad. Yeah,
well,
no,
it's like
the track looks like skid marks in your underwear. That's what the track looks like.
Well, it's kind of like every time they talk about possibly reconfiguring the track, everyone always brings up doing like a homestead or something like that. And they're always like, no, we're not moving the grandstands. And I'm like, you need to get rid of some of the grandstands. That's a perfect excuse to do it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get the D-shaped oval or the quad oval. I get the quad oval idea from a fan visual perspective. I understand all that, but it sucks. At least in this instance, it really sucks. So.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What would you do to Texas?
I think ultimately I would do. A couple years ago, I would have said make it asphalt Bristol, and now I'm saying make it Homestead 2.0. Maybe a little higher banking and maybe a little tighter, just so it's a little different than Homestead.
Well, I think inevitably, if we could make it, well, hold on. I think they should make another California, but like a 1.5 mile California.
That could be interesting.
I think that would work with the grandstands. And yeah, I think you could do 14 degrees of banking. Maybe, figure out how to arc a corner, that doesn't look like shit. Like turn 1 does now. And maybe the track isn't like 70 acres wide in turn 1. It's just a suggestion, if I'm being completely honest. Or just go back to what you had. Like
even then, 3 and 4
progressive
still
banking in or something. I don't know. Lower the banking a little bit and put progressive at the top. Like, I don't know. Like something. Like
but 3 and 4 still sucks though.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna make it a super speedway. I don't know why we're even talking about this. Like, but it's fine as long as we get rid of if they get rid of an Atlanta date, which it sounds like they're going to.
Well, with the way the Atlanta track is aging, in a couple years, we could, if they're gonna make Texas a super speedway, we could just make it a normal intermediate race.
That's true. And
that would be my suggestion.
Well, and
I think Atlanta right now as a normal intermediate race would be pretty good.
I mean, yeah, probably. I think that's the thing about Texas is it would wear pretty well, but you've just done all these damn fucking boob jobs and nose jobs and Botox to fucking make the track, somewhat raceable. And it's made it terrible in the long run. Like, I mean, it is, I don't know. It is terrible. I think, like I said, I think you could make it a super speedway. I think either way, if you make it a super speedway, you're going to have to bank turn 1 and 2 again.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
Like, I mean, you're going to absolutely have to do that. And then if you don't do that and you do like a California type deal, either way, it's going to cost an astronomical amount of money that like, I don't see. I mean, you can not move the grandstands and you can still make a short track out of it. let's just do that whole California deal we were gonna do, and just do it in Texas instead of ruining a perfectly good racetrack that's still standing.
Yeah. Problem is they've already sold too much of that area.
I know. Yeah. I mean, you gotta believe like the land out there in the Dallas Fort Worth area is pretty like desirable. Like no one wants to buy that.
I'm sure they would sell it pretty quickly. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Into the actual race. It was wild. That's for damn sure. I don't know what it is about Texas. That's the only thing. That is the thing that Texas is hanging on to by a thread. There's always some crazy shit happening in Texas. The race is never good, but there's always some crazy shit happening.
Yeah, I mean, it partly is because the track sucks.
Yeah,
that happens, and by partly I mean mostly.
Yeah. Well, I just even mean like Jeff Gordon and Jeff Burton fighting on the backstretch, or like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or like,
Jeff Gordon and Brad Keselowski fighting.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't. Maybe the drivers are just so pissed off that the track sucks too. but
it wasn't as bad back then.
I was about to say even then it wasn't. It was actually getting pretty good. That's the thing that sucks about it is Texas wasn't terrible. It wasn't great.
Was it even in need of a repave at that point?
It wasn't. Yeah. That's the crazy thing about it is it opened the same year as Atlanta, and it wasn't nearly in the state Atlanta was, and Atlanta went for however many more years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, I don't even like. I mean, nothing other than like Kyle Busch wrecked. A lot of people wrecked, and that's basically all that happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like Kyle Busch did. I mean, dude, that team is wildly inconsistent. It's comical at this point how often they wreck.
It's all the time.
It's all the damn time.
I mean, like outside of their 3 wins, like what have they done this season?
Yeah. What does blood even do other than drive backwards?
It's true.
Like, if I had a nickel for every time Kyle Busch drove backwards this year, I'd have 2 nickels. That's not that many, but it's weird that it happened twice.
The other one was Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
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 That was hilarious.
Yeah, world's best backwards driver. Fuck
apparently.
You, Moter. Like,
apparently. I mean, they have a camera now. It's kind of cheating, but
Kyle could do it without it.
Oh, yeah, Kyle.
I believe in him. But yeah, no, dude, that team has like they have not been good. Like people are shocked that he's gonna most likely miss.
They've been like the 8 team was a year ago.
Yes, it is not that other than them winning and Kyle's happier.
Well, okay, so not Texas or not. It's not in the same spot exactly on the calendar, but after Texas last season, they had 3 wins. Currently, they have 3 wins. Again, like I said, Texas was a little further into the season last year.
What are you talking about? They didn't have 3 wins last year?
After Texas, they did.
Oh, you're talking about the 8 team.
The 8 team.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the 18.
Oh, no, not the 18. The 8.
Yeah.
The 8.
Really
the 8 team is in the exact same. In fact, I feel like they've almost been less competitive than they were a year ago.
Yeah, they definitely have.
But
I think that has to do with more Hendrick and Gibbs have been more dominant.
Yeah, I think so too. But I didn't. They've taken a step back on road courses too, which is, I mean, to be fair, like Gibbs stepped up on road courses this year, so I guess it's not surprising. But I don't know. I mean, Kyle hacked his way into a Talladega win, so outside of that, they've had 2 dominating performances, and then that's about it. So I don't know why anybody should be surprised that they're.
And that's the thing. Kyle Busch used up all his Talladega luck for the next 15 years,
probably
in that race. Unless
he wants to go get a new ride again.
Crashed. Yeah. Ryan Blaney crashed. Shocker.
Yeah. Well, a lot of guys crashed in that.
I mean, that's true, but like
it's still
that
not
team
shocking.
terrible. That they are so bad. Like they had a terrible. They were up in the top five, but it was literally just they were hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
And as soon as they got back in traffic, they were terrible. Like if Penske is going through it right now.
I mean, what the highest qualifier was? What 20th?
Yeah, I think Harrison Burton was like the best running of the Penske cars at one point in the race.
That's bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he wasn't dude. He was like 18th or something when they.
That's
talked
not a
about
knock on Harrison per se.
No,
That's just
no.
a knock on Penske. That's really
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. But Brian Blaney crashed. We'll just go down the playoff grid. There ain't nothing else to talk about this farce of a race. Um, let's see. Tyler Reddick knocked the hell out of the wall.
Yeah.
Out of four and cost your boy. That was where was he going?
I don't know.
That was vintage Tyler Reddick.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, they piled up behind him, so I think the caution was coming out anyway, buddy.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Let's see. We'll skip over Kyle. We'll make a thing out of that. Brad Keselowski had an average day. Ross finished second out of nowhere, just like William Byron kind of
backed into it.
Yeah,
absolute
backed into
hack.
Second. Dude, you hear his post race interview with Kim?
No.
And they're talking about the throttle. What was it? Whatever issue he had with the throttle, and he goes, "Ain't have no gas, Kim."
Pretty good.
Oh, dude, I found myself at the end of this race cheering out loud for Ross Chastain.
Really, I was cheering for Chase Briscoe because he was the only non-playoff driver up there.
No, I definitely did not want Chase Briscoe to win.
I didn't want it to happen, but I didn't want William Byron to win, and I really didn't want Ross Chastain to win. So I was just like, you know what? Chase Briscoe, come on, do it, man.
Dude, if Chase Briscoe, here's the thing. If you look over, if it's a late race restart and you look over and Chase Briscoe's next to you, you ought to know neither of you are going to win this race. Like, it is, like, I saw that Twitter thread. It's like 6 times this son of a bitch is up there, and no, like he doesn't ever win. We talk about that a lot. How Chase Briscoe never, like, he got that one win, but like he's had multiple opportunities and fails every time.
Yeah.
There's that. Back to the playoff grid, dude. Christopher Bell.
Didn't he finish?
I have a theory. Third? I have a theory about this team. He did not finish third. Bubba Wallace finished third.
No. Fourth.
Yeah. I have a theory about this team. They were getting a grandpa's boy bonus check when they were on the 54 team, that pit crew was. And then they got moved from there to the 20 team, and they got their thank you grandpa checks taken away, and now they're boycotting by giving Christopher Bell bad pit stops.
I have a different theory. I think it's more based in what do we call that? Reality.
Okay.
I think they need to look at it being a Christopher Bell entering his pit box problem.
That is very true.
Because they switched because he was having issues with his team, bring in the best crew in the fucking series all season, and they have the same issues.
I was there. I saw it. It's true.
Yeah. So it seems like it's a Christopher Bell issue or an Adam Stevens calling him into the box issue. I don't know. So, that seems to be the issue to me. I can't pinpoint it. I'd have to like look at all of them, but
Christopher gave a really good interview after the race, so I'll give him credit. He said he's like, look, I gotta fix things as a driver, and if I fix things as a driver, they fix things as a team, and we'll be fine. So I don't normally want to praise people, praise a fish for swimming, if you will, but I thought that was a really good interview from him, because they kind of gave him the opportunity to throw the team on their bus, and he definitely didn't. So, yeah.
Man, that's good for Bell, because Bell's historically usually blaming everybody else. So,
yeah. Martin Truex Jr. Had another mediocre day.
This reminded me of Chase Elliott last season in the playoffs.
Yeah. Can we? Yeah. That was exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, he's just it is weird. I mean, because
Is
like
it? Is it that weird?
it's not that weird, but I mean they were very consistent in execution and speed. Like if they didn't have one, they had the other, and they kind of top 10 them to death. I mean, yeah, they had their problems. No one's been real consistent this year, but I mean, it's just odd that like flip of the switch, they've just had everything in the world happen to them, and then also just not brought great race cars to the track.
Yeah, I mean the luck is what it is, but on speed, I feel like the issue is that the 11 and 5 flipped it on and it made it more apparent.
That's very true. Yeah, it is. That is. I made a comment today on X that I said I want we can keep the championship four. I just want it to be Larson Daniels and Gabe Hart Hamlin.
I mean, at this point, Larson's not going to make the round of 8, but
oh lordy, dude. I mean, if okay, say this happens, I just want, dude. I don't want anybody else involved in this. I just want to see a Hamlin Larson heads up race, so Kyle can race Denny like a dick, and then Denny finally gets fed up with it and junks him, and then gets out and was like, "Oh, you did it first."
I feel like Kyle wouldn't even run him hard enough for that to even happen.
I don't know, dude. They have been at each other
They
since the
definitely
playoff.
have, but like
It's great.
Kyle will do stupid shit to people, and then like whatever the hell that was with Justin Haley last year, and then when people actually deserve it, he kind of like pussyfoots around and doesn't
No,
do
he
it.
hasn't been pussyfooting around. He has been driving Denny Hamlin all around the track the entire playoffs. He did
Has
it
he?
today. Yes, he chopped his nose off 4 or 5 times.
Well, yeah, that's because you had to today.
Nah, it was like some Daniel Suarez shit. Like he
Mm,
would, and he ran him. I thought he was gonna run him on the wall a couple of times. Like like you're not seeing it, bro. You're ignoring it.
maybe.
It's happening. He's not. He's fed up with him.
Well, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Let's see. RFK cars. I think I said they were what they were. Denny Hamlin got the damage from Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs in the Texas pit road. That's a tale as old as time.
This one wasn't nearly as his fault as the last one.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't. But it was still dumb. I guess we'll probably talk about that. I would imagine that's one of our dumbasses of the week. Um,
Probably. I
yeah,
Here's my thing. Hang on, real quick. Um, we've got to do something about pit road.
yeah,
There's an incident that could go bad like every week.
yeah,
Like, I'm sorry, the 11 team, you should not be allowed to just pull out right in front of somebody like that.
yeah, yeah,
Like, I that should be a penalty, I think. I
yeah.
mean, you could argue obviously that like the 54 should have been aware, like, okay, our playoff teammate is coming out, let's let him in. But on just
Or
pure
just
merit, take
yeah,
whoever's driver it is out of it.
yeah.
That's on the 11. Like, I don't know. That should be not acceptable.
I mean, it is. It's on both of them. In my opinion, because I mean, yes, you're going to release them, but Texas has a wide enough pit road. You can go 3 wide there if need be. But Ty was way too far over. Like there was all he was a whole car width beyond where he was probably supposed to be, or at least should have been.
Kind of like
And
Chase at Kansas.
yeah, exactly. And the yeah, and you could use this as a real good example of what could have happened in that scenario and didn't. Um, and it was just I, I don't know if you chalk it up as a rookie mistake or what, because that was just dumb. Um, but yeah, Denny obviously got the damage that knocked some speed out of his car, and it became Kyle Larson's race to lose. And then Darian Gilliam, someone handed him his phone back, and he ended it for all of us. um, That is can we talk about that? Like,
But Darian,
why does that happen? Why how?
I don't know.
Dude, I don't understand it.
Witchcraft, I don't know.
Dude, I mean, it is legit. Like, he is spot on with that shit. Say what you want about the guy. Like, he is spot on.
Spot on in an opposite way, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It hasn't worked every time, but
it works a lot of the time.
It does work a lot of the time.
It
but to
works
be fair,
a suspicious amount of time.
To be fair, that's a NASCAR thing. How many, like, true. How often, just in the past 15 years, how often is a guy dominating a race and then backmarker McGee over here just wrecks it for no reason with 20 to go? Yeah. And we end up with extra restarts and you lose the race. I mean, that shit's happened in NASCAR for 15, 20 years all the time. So I don't think it should be that surprising.
I was just trying to have fun. You're over here like, oh, fucking facts and stuff. Fuck you.
Well, okay, look, I've been getting annoyed by this for the better part of my entire life. And every time I see someone in the back wreck a car with under 30 to go for nothing. It does happen to you.
It does happen to you quite a bit.
Even if it's a driver leading that I'm not in love with, I'm just like, dude, why? Like, why do we have to do this all the time? Early this season, it was like every race.
Dude, bro, JJA was digging, bro. He's digging.
I don't know why. I don't know why. For it.
He's going. He's trying to get a full-time Rick Ware ride next year.
I mean, look, ultimately, I like JJ Yaley. I like Rick Ware Racing, but like, damn, dude, back it the fuck up. Like, it's not. You're not gonna fucking win the race. You're not gonna finish top 20. Oh, I don't understand why we do this all the time.
Yeah. So obviously that sets up that restart where Kyle and Bubba are racing hard.
Didn't it set up the one before that though?
Maybe it did.
I think so.
Either way, it set up the sequence of events that led to Bubba and Kyle racing the hell out of each other. And that was all it was. They were racing the hell out of each other. Don't let it be whatever else you want to think it is. And
I don't know who you're talking to.
I'm talking to the ether.
Okay.
Or Facebook. And Kyle Larson knocks the turn one wall down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, you guys were talking last week about how Kyle's like, oh, Kyle's gonna miss the round of 12 because X, Y, Z, and I was like, he's gonna like fucking finish first or second at Texas, and then he's gonna do fine. He'll be all right.
But then he went and did the most Kyle Larson thing he could have possibly done. Yeah. So here's the thing: is that was vintage Ganassi Kyle Larson, because what was there, 20 laps to go, 15
around that,
whatever it was. If Kyle basically lets him go there, he either A, runs him back down and passes him because he was faster. He either does that or he finishes second. And he's 30 points higher than he was? Because he finished 31st, right? So it's just really dumb. Like, you still would have had a shot to win the race. Like, obviously you want to be in clean air, but at that point you drove it in. He drove it in too high, I think, too.
He did. If you want to place any blame on this wreck, it's ultimately on Kyle.
Yeah. Bubba's as high as he can go. That is as high as you can go at Texas without wrecking.
Yeah, basically, he was about to be in no man's land.
Yeah. And he went into no man's land to avoid Kyle.
Yeah.
Afterward.
And that's the thing. And he came over the radio and said, I'm thinking about not picking the top because I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to wreck a guy. But yeah, I mean, the thing, Kyle, you make up a good point. It's just recognizing the moment. He can either be really good at that or he can be really bad at that.
Yeah.
And it's hit or miss with him. I think this year we've seen a combination of 2021 Kyle and 2022 Kyle. We've seen a mix of both.
Yeah.
And it's either his best friend or his biggest detriment, obviously. And he just didn't recognize that, like, hey, I don't have to win this race right here. Bubba Wallace probably has to win this race right here. Like, you are going up against the guy who this is his shot. this is it for Bubba Wallace, most likely. Obviously, he's good at Talladega. You can't place a bet on that. He's not good at the Roval. Like, this is it for him. You got to understand, like, maybe give him a little bit. You have had the lights out fastest car all day long. Like,
yeah. And I mean, if there's 5 to go, I can maybe understand it more because there's not as much time to get back there. But like I said, there's 20 laps to go.
20 to go, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's plenty of time with as fast as a car Kyle had. Now, I mean, granted, Bubba could get the clean air and drive away. That is entirely possible. But again, you're going to finish second. You're going to gain a whole lot of points.
Yeah.
And you're going to go into Talladega with not a huge buffer, but a little bit of a buffer. Now you go into Talladega on the cut line.
You would have had a decent buffer because what probably happens is Bubba Wallace wins. Say Bubba does win the race. Say another caution doesn't come out, Bubba Wallace wins the race. Bubba wins the race. You finish second. William Byron doesn't win.
Yeah.
William Byron probably finishes 6th or something. Mark Truex Jr. probably finishes back half of the top 15 to 20. Christopher Bell, those last restarts helped him. He was not going to do good. You probably have a pretty decent buffer. There's probably a whole group of guys down there right around, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th range. And you're up here, in the penthouse compared to these other guys. And now you're, a point above the cut line or 2 points below, wherever the hell it is. So he's 2 points below, I believe.
He's 2 points ahead.
Or 2 points. Yes.
Bubba's 2 points below.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously that was the turning point of the race, and then Bubba looked like it. I mean, I thought Bubba Wallace was about to win this race today.
When he launched off the top on that second to last restart. Dude, yeah.
I saw, this was a couple weeks ago, I saw like a stat. It was everybody in the Cup Series and how they were on restarts. It was like average net gain, average net loss, whatever. And I was like, Bubba Wallace is the best on restarts? That's crazy. I don't know why. And then today I was like, oh shit, yeah, Bubba Wallace is the best on restarts. Holy shit. I mean, that's Ron fucking Hornaday. Like shit right there. Like he was good. I mean, that launch he got, and then even the one where he just didn't have the push on the next one.
Yeah.
And that's what really cost him. And yeah, I mean, racing Chase Briscoe's it's tough. Yeah,
it's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, it's a tough way to make your living. Like you're gonna have it. Normally, if you're racing Chase Briscoe, you're gonna have a bad time. So yeah, and then I think did I text you guys this, or did I just think it at some point when Kyle wrecked? I texted y'all. I said, William Byron's about to win this race.
I think so. The text conversations were pretty damn funny.
They were. All right. Yeah. I mean, fuck it. We got nothing else to do.
Here's what I said though when JJ Yeley wrecked.
This is great.
If my phone will catch back up to me here. I really need to get a phone that's not, terrible.
Oh, here we go. I got you right here. Seth goes, JJ Yeley wrecked, and now Kyle has stayed out. Wait, no. Okay, here we are. No. JJ Yeley wrecks, and the first text we get is, here we go. The series of events that knocks Kyle's out of the playoffs has started. And poor Chase, he's at a concert or something. And that's why he's not here tonight. He's like, dog, what the fuck is happening right now?
Like he thought Kyle wrecked right then. I'm like, no, he's fine right now, but like something's gonna happen. Yeah. I can feel it.
Yeah.
That's what's fucking annoying to me though.
Oh, there we go. It was before Kyle even wrecked. I said William Byron's gonna win this race, isn't he?
I was starting to feel that way. I was like,
no.
And then Kyle wrecked. I'm like, all right, maybe Bubba can win this race.
It's just one of those feelings, man. I just had it.
Bubba got that good restart, that second to last caution or that second to last restart, and I was like, let's go, let's fucking go. And then the caution came out again, and I immediately knew, he's fucked.
I knew
something's gonna happen here. Yeah. Like,
well, especially when Briscoe lined up on the alongside him.
Did he line up on the Yeah, he lined up on the bottom, right?
Yeah, Bubba took the top both times.
Yeah,
and he was kicking himself for that, and I think it was the right move.
it was. I mean, it worked really well the last two
Yeah,
restarts, so I wouldn't
yeah,
imagine going away from that.
yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, it's tough.
Yeah,
Tough for Bubba because
Bubba's too hard on himself for the way he raced Byron into 3.
What you mean?
He was like he was saying like he choked because he should have stayed to the outside and tried to get a good run off 4. But I'm sitting there, I understand like what he was thinking in the moment, because if he gets in front of Byron and clears him, he gives him all that dirty air.
Yeah,
and he probably leaves with a couple car length gap.
Yeah, but I also get what he's saying and recognizing that okay, Byron's there. Like, yeah, I mean, Byron before they got in the corner, Byron was there. So yeah, you could have run the top. So I get what he's saying. I mean, he gave a really good interview. He gave a really good interview. He didn't beat himself up too much. He just assessed the day and assessed the moments, and that is positive. That is growth out of Bubba as a whole lot bigger man than what came out of the infield care center after Coda. And that's good to see because I was getting ready for a cringeworthy post race interview from him. But yeah, I mean, he took it to the chin. He drove a hell of a race, and yeah, sucks. I was pulling for him, but William Byron won. Like I said earlier, all that for William Byron win. Really, really, I can't stand him.
If he could dominate one, I wouldn't mind it. But
I mean, he did
winning like this.
Gotta give him credit. He did
dominate
Watkins. Yeah.
Okay, he dominated once. So we're batting 1 for 6 here. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I really thought for a minute there. That's the thing about Byron is he is putting himself in position to capitalize on these moments. And I mean, honestly, it's the right way to play because so many of these moments happen in this new age of NASCAR. And yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be his pathway to the Final Four is something like this. Obviously he's got enough points, especially now. Got 5 more in a day, but yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
They'd have to have a catastrophic round of 8 to miss, I think, at this point, which is possible, but
we've seen it before.
We have.
Don't you worry. I remember. Pepperidge Farm and I both remember. So yeah, Kyle Busch minus 17. Wow, this is a whole lot closer than I thought it was. So Byron won, he's in. Denny's up 37. Buescher going into Talladega, 3rd to 12th are separated by 39 points. Wow. We're in for a hell of a show. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if your favorite driver is anywhere from 3rd to 12th, don't worry. Things are probably going to change. I mean, Talladega's looming. Knock on wood. No one got concussed today, so no one's racing scared like they were last year. So it should be just a normal wild Talladega race. Yeah.
Normal old wild Talladega race.
Yeah.
I almost feel like we see something closer to like last fall.
I don't think we do.
No.
I think it gets stupid.
I don't know if they're going to have enough to get stupid.
What do you mean?
Because I feel like, so we've seen with this package at Talladega, it's not great. And then I feel like non-playoff guys are less likely to do something.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I forgot this package sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I like it, but
yeah. Other than that, dude, that Xfinity race was terrible.
I did not watch. How does that work?
It was basically the Cup race. It really was. A lot of people wrecked. The dominant car kind of got screwed by a yellow, and then just all that for a John Hunter win.
You're telling me a Texas race was bad?
I know. I know it's
I
hard
didn't
to
know that
believe,
was possible.
but no, yeah.
Wow.
Um, other than that, that's all we got. Like this is, I mean, that's all I got. At
Yeah.
least. Who'd you pick?
Hi, Gibbs.
I picked Denny Hamlin, didn't I?
I'm aware.
Nice. Hell yeah. Calling back into this thing.
What's the score now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's I think now I think you had 49. I want to believe. 49 to 4, well, 49 to 43. Allegedly. I still haven't tallied and seen if that's correct yet. But
I won like 4 weeks in a row. Did I not?
I think
I'm
so.
only up by that much.
Yeah, because I had pulled ahead by a couple.
Oh yeah, you had. Okay.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yes, this is true. Who are you picking for Talladega?
Brad Keselowski.
I'm gonna go with Kyle. No, no, absolutely not. Brad Keselowski.
I just said that. You can't pick him.
No, I know. Fuck it. Chris Buescher.
Yeah, I had Buescher written down. I was like, you know what? No. This is Brad Keselowski.
Hey, I picked Buescher once this year, and he won.
That's true.
So he's batting 1,000 for me. I'm gonna pick him again. Let's see. What do we do next? Oh, sundress and dumbass.
Sundress. I went with BJ McLeod. He finished 22nd today, and he got the bag last week. So he's having a
good sundress. Dude. BJ fucking McLeod. Like, things cannot be better for him. Like, I mean, he bought so many affliction shirts over the week too. Like, my man's is dude. He posted Live posted a pic on Twitter or X or whatever, and it was just them flying. It's like, guess where we're going? And someone said to the bank to claim that 40 mil, bro. Yeah. Shout out to BJ, and shout out to BJ's too, not the store, the other thing. They're great.
What even is the store? Like, what?
I think it's an outlet. I think it's like a fucking Big Lots. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I've never been in one. I just see the one outside of Concord.
Dumbass.
Kyle Larson.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
I wish I could say I was surprised. I'm gonna go with Ty Gibbs. That was just a fucking dumb move. No, fucking Gibbs. Gibbs in general, the whole team. You know why? Like Martin Truex, they've been bad past 4 weeks. Gibbs did this dumb shit. Bell's picker is terrible. Also, Bell's terrible right now. And Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin actually hadn't done anything really wrong. So we'll just go with those other three.
Oh, we're waiting on it then. Denny's bound to do something dumb and wrong here in a minute.
100%.
Maybe he'll win Dega by like passing everyone below the yellow line again under caution, and they'll give it to him, and we'll all just get to sit here.
Dude, I forgot about that. Eric Jones won that race.
Yeah, I still can't believe that stood. That's so.
Yeah, that was the craziest fucking thing. It's because like didn't someone else go below the line too? Like they just said, "Fuck it, we're going." Like
Chase Elliott did, and they penalized him.
No, there's somebody else directly behind Denny because I remember they revoked the Elliott penalty because Chase Elliott.
Which that I still hate that too because that was bullshit. But
yeah,
I don't. The other there was already they penalized. No, they penalized Matt Benedetto for blocking, but it wasn't even on Denny Hamlin. It was on whoever.
It was on Byron, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
They blocked Byron down the thing, and then
and Denny just drove on the apron.
Dude, hold on. Dumbass actually is Matt DiBenedetto.
That's fair.
Dude, I mean, just the career suicide is comical out of him. Like, you get fired. Like, a year in advance from Penske. And then just assume because there's a car opening up that you're getting it, even though you just have gotten fired. And then you fucking let's go Brandon your way out of almost getting parked for a weekend. And then you move down to the truck series and then do mediocre. Like that truck could probably do better. Like we've seen it do better, but also like, I mean, you haven't done great by any means from a quote unquote playoff cup driver. And then you leave the team and then shit on the team. And then you shit on the team because they're like, well, if you're going to be a dick about it, you can fucking leave early. Like, I don't understand this man.
Yeah.
Like, that is, I don't know. He is the Jesse Smollett of NASCAR.
Jesse Smollett.
Whatever the fuck his name is. Maybe his name isn't even Jesse. Maybe it is Jesse.
Who would change their name to Jussie?
Oh, fuck no, dude.
That sounds like, never mind.
Yeah. Anything else? You want to talk about Shane Van Gisbergen? I mean,
what about him?
I don't know, man. He's fucking awesome.
I mean, he's like super hot and attractive and all that.
Oh,
but like,
shit. Bro is bald. He looks like
beautiful.
He looks like a skinny, younger version of Tom Segura. What the fuck?
Bald is beautiful, buddy.
I guess. I hope you still have that notion when I go bald.
No, you're already not hot, so
okay, thank you. Shane Van Gisbergen is fucking awesome. That's it. That's all. I figure we gotta have something to title the video.
I was about to say, how do we finagle Shane Van Gisbergen into the title of this?
Yeah. If you guys haven't noticed, like anytime we mention Shane Van Gisbergen, that's the title of the video. The title of this podcast is going to be Shane Van Gisbergen did not race in Texas, but we talked about him anyway.
It's a really long title.
That's a really long title.
For not much.
Yeah. Sorry to all the listeners, and also not sorry for this. This is Texas Motor Speedway. This is what it brings out of us.
Nothing?
Just a whole nothing burger. Just like this race. A whole lot of shit for nothing.
That's Texas.
That is Texas. Fuck this racetrack, dude.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. 10 out of 10 would not bang.
10 out of 10 would not bang? That doesn't add up.
You're right. Anything else you got?
No.
Dude, it's like I just see a lot of people like trying to handicap the playoffs and like, oh well, this will happen at Talladega. Dude, can we and I'm guilty of it too, but can we stop? Like, just crazy shit happens all the damn time, especially at Talladega and the Roval. I ain't got a clue. Who's gonna make it. Like, not a clue.
What we also need to stop doing is acting like a big time driver missing a round in the playoffs is like a new thing.
Oh yeah.
Like when Truex was when Truex was below the cut line, everyone was acting like that this would have been the worst thing to ever happen. I'm like, guys, it's designed to do this. So I don't know why we're acting like this is.
Jimmy Johnson missed in 2015. It
was a little bit different though. We didn't have playoff points back then.
That's true, but still, like.
Well, he did have however many bonus points you get for your 4 wins in the first round.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah, I mean
other than that,
it's not a new thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. All I got.
That's all I got.
Cool.
So this has been the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. He's been bored. I've been really bored.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all next week after I go watch the Panthers get destroyed by the Vikings.
I'm going to watch the race.
Yeah, I'm going to come home and watch the race. So I'm going to watch the Panthers get destroyed and then a Talladega race. So I'm going to have a shit week.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
So.